Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Yasmine and you can call me Yasmine and I'm here with
I'm Neyva and you can call me Neyva for short. And we're now here with
Pasha. Hi. How are you guys? Hi. How are you guys?
Okay.
So, how are you doing?
Good. I'm good. Thank you for inviting me. I'm
It's
excited
a
to be
pleasure
here.
to have you here, Kak, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you for your cooperation for coming here to talk with
Yeah,
us.
it's actually exciting to be in a podcast. I haven't talked English in a while since I get here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Muhammad Pasha Sagama. You can all call me Pasha. I enrolled in Manpat in 2018, but I left Manpat in early 2020 before the pandemic. So I'm not exactly an alumni, but I've been there.
You didn't graduate there, yeah?
No, I didn't graduate there. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm enrolled in British Columbia Institute of Technology, which is in British Columbia in Canada. Yeah, it's a college there.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're studying abroad. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so how long has it been for you to stay here?
Sorry?
You're in summer break, right?
Oh yeah, I'm in the summer break. So in Canada they don't use semesters there, so they use spring as they use the seasons as their academic terms. So you have the spring term, you have the summer term, fall and winter term, and usually we have a break for the summer term. And for the summer term, it's 3 months. People there usually take some kind of employment, like maybe an internship or just working somewhere.
Yeah.
And I decided to come back here. Maybe next year I'll be working too.
Oh, okay. That's good. So you're back here to maybe spend time with your family.
Yeah, of course. I miss my family, my friends.
Yeah.
So when will you go back to Canada?
My flight is actually in 1 week. My flight is in September 1st. Yeah, I'll be flying to Japan and then take another plane to Vancouver.
So
Yeah.
it's a few days from now, yeah.
Yeah, it's a few days from now.
Are you
Yeah,
planning on like visiting more places in Jakarta or like just staying with your family?
mix of both actually. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I miss my family, but I do miss Jakarta too.
Oh yeah.
The food culture in Vancouver isn't as good as in Jakarta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go
What are
to
you
that later.
what are you planning to do in Japan?
In Japan? Oh no, it's just like a transit stop. Yeah.
I thought you were like
Yeah, no.
there.
I wish. Like I looked into it, but Japan still has their COVID restrictions, so I can't really go there and spend some time. Yeah. Originally, I was about to enroll in a university in Japan. I actually got accepted there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I heard about
due to
that.
some what do you call it? Some more considerations, I decided to just go to Vancouver. Yeah.
Okay. So we actually have something in common, right? Like you
Yeah.
were the Cambridge student in
Yeah.
I know you're currently studying there.
Yeah.
surviving, I think. Surviving there, yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us a bit about your life
Sure.
as a Cambridge student?
Sure,
at
sure.
that time?
In Manipur.
I enrolled in Cambridge Manpat in 2018, so I guess that's the second.
Second class.
Yeah, the second.
generation.
Yeah, generation. Yeah, I guess. And back then, it's nice, like the teacher was. I think it's the same now. Like when the teacher quality is different than the regular class.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's better, but it has some differences. Honestly, I don't think much has changed. We were taught in English. The one thing that bothered many of my peers and the friends that I've talked to is that in 12th grade, now you can pick if you're gonna take the Cambridge exam or not. Can you do that now?
I don't think so.
You have to.
Yeah, I didn't tell us that.
Oh, okay. I think
We have to.
you have to. I think like my generation or the generation below me, you can actually pick if you're gonna take the Cambridge exam or not.
Oh.
Yeah. So the Cambridge exam is honestly AS level.
Yeah.
Not that useful, you know.
Yeah, it's pointless, I think.
Yeah, it's pointless, right? Yeah, so if you just want to focus on UTBK and stuff, you can do that. I don't know how things work now, but yeah, that's an option.
Did most of your friends pick to take the test or not?
I think most of my friends did, yeah. But they
Still did.
they still did, yeah. But a lot of them went to great Indonesian schools now. Yeah, so you just have to work twice as hard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, right.
Most of our friends are not planning on studying abroad, so like, what's the point of you taking
Yeah,
this
right.
class?
Yeah.
But I'm currently asking that to myself. So. And were you part of the student council?
No, I was not, but I was a part of the Japanese club. There, yeah, in Nihon.
Extracurricular. Okay.
Yeah, extracurricular, yeah, club. I was about to be a picked as the leader, like not the the leader there. But I was schools, right? So yeah, but during my time, did you guys know Kamifuro?
What?
Kamifuro. It-
I don't think.
I think I heard that. but
Yeah, it's like
I'm
an
not sure.
anime, anime exhibitions and stuff. And one of my big plans for when I was the leader there was for the Manpat Japanese club.
Having a booth there?
Having a booth there, yeah.
They actually have one.
Yeah, they actually have one. Yeah.
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Oh,
Our
today?
classmates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone told us.
Yeah, so in 2020, like early 2020, before this lockdown thing happened, I pushed hard to get a booth going on, but then I have to move schools, yeah, but my friends like the idea and we have a booth now. I don't know if they're gonna continue that, but yeah,
Actually.
the continued tradition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there like an advice from you to like manage your time between like having this Japanese club going on and then your academics too? Like,
honestly, what I would recommend now, like, is to just have discipline. You know, it's pretty hard to have discipline, but it's something that you need to work on as early as possible because in college and in later when you're in the workforce, having discipline, having control of your time is just it's a difference between it can mean a difference between getting promoted or getting fired. You know, yeah, it can be getting dropped out or getting a good score, and what I would advise is to really manage your time better. What I'm doing right now is I will schedule my time for example 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I would work. I would study 3 p.m. to 4. I would be working. I don't know. I actually did that too when I was in high school, but not to that extent. Not that serious. Yeah. But one of the ways that you could get yourself to be forced to this discipline is to get other people to remind you. This could take the form of your friend reminding you or enrolling to a bimbel because a bimbel is technically
Environment is important.
the environment is important too, and just no matter how hard it is, you need to have a discipline to manage your time better. Regardless of the environment, and even though the environment matters, but you need to have a what do you call it, like a foundation for yourself.
Like your own beliefs.
Your own beliefs,
Yeah, like don't be too dependent on people to.
I mean, it does work. It does. The environment does affect you a lot, but there is going to be times where you can't rely on your environment 100%. You know, and thankfully, when I was in Cambridge, as in Manpat, my peers, my teachers were supportive. So yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, I remember I would stay late and study in Manpat. Yeah, like if I have nothing to do and I live not too. I mean, it's pretty far. Like I live like about in Besdik, an hour from Manpat, I guess. Yeah. So there are times where I was feeling down for. I was not feeling for the rush hour going back home, so I would just stay and study.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's not allowed anymore, yeah?
Yeah, it's not allowed anymore.
We have new restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to go home at 5.
One thing that I actually did too is I cannot focus on my home, so I would go to another place to study, like this cafes, hunting in Jakarta. And like study there. It helped me a lot too. Or if you don't like, if you want to save your money, you could go to like the many libraries now in Jakarta. Yeah. We have like the Central Library in Cikini. It is so nice. Yeah. It's a nice place. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, can we get into the university?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
University.
Sure.
Yeah, the first question is which are the universities that you applied to?
So one of the reasons I moved schools from Manpat is actually the new high school, which was my old middle school, has this agreement with a Japanese university. So at that time, I wanted to go to a university in Japan. I don't care what the major was, but I just want to go there.
Oh, you just wanted it's your
dream
dream.
Yeah.
to be in Japan.
To be in Japan, yeah, I was a massive dream. So I did. So I moved schools there, and thinking back, what I should do, and this applies to like every school there. Think about your majors, please. Because when I got there, when I looked at what the university, what the university had to offer for their majors, it's political science, business, and which I like. I really like political science. I really like international relations. But then I also thought about the job opportunities there. Yeah, because I mean I would love to experience a university life with my major of choice, with my favorite major. But then, if you look into the job opportunities for international relations or political science, it's quite difficult, you know. But I'm not saying it's impossible. Like there are people that can make it work, and you should not give up on your dreams. But realistically speaking, it's gonna be a hard battle. So, and especially it's in Japan where the job opportunities might not be too open to foreigners.
Were you planning to having a job there?
So after you graduate in Japan, there are two choices, right? You either find a job in Japan or you return home and find a job in Indonesia. If you pick the second option, return home to Indonesia, why go to Japan? Why not just why not just study here? Study here from the first place and maybe go to a student exchange when you have the opportunity, right? So that was like a turning point of mine. Like when I realized that, like what should I do after I graduate? So I kept thinking, is Japan the right choice? And at this time, I actually applied and already got accepted to Japan. It's in Okayama University.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, and but I also applied to a college in Canada. So I have an uncle there. My uncle moved there in 2017 or 18, and he's working there now. And he referred me to a university, to a college there, and which he said that it's a good opportunity for you, all that talk.
Yeah, it's good to have your family around you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I looked into the job opportunities for Canada, and it's actually pretty big. Like Canada is huge. It's a huge country. Like I think one of the largest countries in the world, but they have a small population, so they need the workforce. Yeah. So for example, my uncle, he immigrated in 2018, and he's already a permanent resident there. A permanent resident is someone who can live and work there forever. You don't need any visa anymore. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He just stayed there.
Yeah. So there's before, and he's planning to get a citizenship. So he's gonna be a citizen of Canada, and he did that in just under 5 years now. Yeah. So it's immigrating to Canada is a viable option because it has good employment opportunities. It has good social benefits, like the schools. If you are a Canadian citizenship or a permanent residence, it's free. Yeah.
Very nice. How's living in Canada?
I was in school.
Oh.
It's cold. It's cold. Yeah. And like I live in the warmest city of Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, the warmest city in Canada, and like my winter is like minus 20 degrees.
Oh my
And like
It's not like Jakarta, yeah?
No.
It's like a whole new experience.
Yeah, it's a whole new experience. Yeah, when I first got there, it was summer. It was summer, and it's supposed to be hot. I got picked up by my cousin there, and he said it was hot. It was 15 degrees.
Oh my goodness.
Like I was like, wow, why? Like how? 15 degrees, and it was summer. Yeah. Yeah, and it's generally nice in Canada. Like the air is fresh. There are many parks that you can just walk around. Like one thing that I noticed after coming back to Indonesia, that if you want to hang out with your friends, you go to a mall. That's it. You go to either to a mall or a mall or a cafe. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Canada, you have like a ton of different options. You can go to a park, and then
That's nice.
and then you can in the winter times you can ice skate. You don't have to pay like in the exchange. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. And there are a lot of biodiversity there. So even like a small stroll in the park, you can see many different types of animals. So like if you're like an outdoor person, it's a perfect place for you.
Oh my god.
Like I take a few walks to the park and I can see some ducks, some sea otters. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's very nice. Yeah.
But were you having a hard time adapting there?
Actually, not really, because one courtesy of my mom, I know how to cook. Thank you, Mom. Like one thing that is challenge to all of Muslim Indonesians going abroad is the halal and haram food, right? Yes, I originally thought it was going to be hard, but in every supermarket they will have a halal corner there.
Like halal section.
Yeah, halal section. Yeah, so you can buy like halal sausages, halal chickens, and I can just cook there by myself, and it saves money too.
But much comfortable for the Muslims there.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't really have any issues there. Yes, as a Muslim myself, like we are protected by the Canadian law. Like for example, you cannot discriminate in Canada. If you apply to a job and you are a hijab, they cannot They cannot restrict you from working there if you're working with a hijab.
You still can wear the hijab, right?
Everyone can wear a hijab. Like even in Indonesia, there are some companies where you have to take off your hijab. Yeah, like Starbucks for some reason. I am living a comfortable life there.
Sounds very nice too.
One thing that is a bit of an inconvenience is when my friends want to hang out with me and we're going to go to a restaurant, like I need to say like, is this restaurant halal? I'm like, yeah. Or if it's not halal, is there any fish option, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Or I just straight up become a vegetarian.
You have to be careful too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we're going back to the topic.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's nice actually.
So what major did you pick in Canada?
I picked international business now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was in Japan. I picked political science, international relations, and I had even though I come from IPA here, a science here,
Science.
I had no problem in applying to majors outside of science outside Indonesia. Yeah, I have no idea why. Like they don't really require for any social science scores. Yeah, both in Japan.
Maybe it's for PTN.
Yeah, I think it's for only Indonesia. Yeah.
What did they require you?
IELTS and your
IELTS.
Yeah, IELTS. Yeah, IELTS and your report, your report card. Yeah.
So they also see your report.
Yeah, they also see my report. Yeah, and
Even
like
though it's science?
even though it's
okay?
science, yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
Oh my god.
totally fine.
And yeah.
Maybe it's different from country to country. Yeah,
Yeah.
but for me, it's fine both in Canada and in Japan.
As long as your grade is great.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what, just try it. You know, you never try. You'll never expect things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot more complicated here.
So, what can you tell us the progress of you like preparing for the IELTS?
IELTS. I took a IELTS preparation course here, like in the British Institute, but and they helped me a lot. But like IELTS preparation course, in my opinion, is just providing you with what do you call it? Problems, like example problems. Latihan soal, like example problems. Yeah. So if you can find IELTS problems yourself, that you can do it yourself, and you can do it yourself. You don't really need to take IELTS preparation course. Yeah, except in writing. Yeah,
The
because-
essay?
The essay.
Write
Yeah.
essay too.
You need to write an essay in
the
IELTS. So,
pressure.
yeah, IELTS has 4 tests, right?
Yeah.
They have the speaking test, they have the writing test, the reading test, and the listening test.
It's like TOEFL, yeah?
Yeah, it's like TOEFL. Yeah. So the hardest one here is definitely the writing one. Like you can, I know someone who got a perfect score on their reading, their listening, and then and like a good and like a pretty high score for their speaking, but on their writing score it's bad. Like yeah, so the writing, yeah, it's a big problem because IELTS writing is something that you won't expect. Like you expect it now. You thought that you did a good job, but then when you got your test scores, what?
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised, yeah?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to take an IELTS test, I would highly suggest actually putting a lot more effort to your reading, to your reading, speaking, and listening, because you can actually improve on those 3 areas. While on your writing, I mean, you need to practice it too, but don't really expect too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Standards are so high. Yeah.
It's
What
so
is,
hard.
like,
Sorry,
The writing.
yeah,
right?
the writing. Were you like asked to
Oh.
write an essay,
Like about yourself or about what?
or you were given a topic and you just need to, like?
So there are like in the writing exam, there are 2 sections. The questions will be different. Of course, they'll be different from each participants. But I got like So
It's different from each like
participants, yeah. So
participant.
what you got might be different from what I got, the topic.
my
So I
Oh
got
my
a
God.
data, like I got like two data that is presented to me, and I need to like write how are they different, like what's the difference between these two data, like analyze these two data and
I
find the
hate
main
analyzing.
points. Yeah, me too. But then some other participants might also get a chart or a map of some place and like describe and analyze the map.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like a map of like a city or like something. Yeah, you also need to like what do you call it? You need to have a good analyzing skill for that. Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah. On top of that analyzing skill, you need to also have a good grammar. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you also need to know how to write because
Yeah.
you can't just write something.
Anything.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want. Okay. So you you choose to continue your studies in abroad, right?
Yeah.
So why do you choose to pick abroad university instead of studying here in
Like, what was the
Indonesia?
reason?
Actually, thinking back, I don't want to take what they pick.
Oh,
Honestly,
that's why.
yeah.
That's stressful.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and enggak.
Oh, it's okay.
Ulang atau?
Enggak.
So I heard that Utbeka is scary and such, and like I feel like I wasn't cut out for Utbeka. Like my abilities will not get me to where I wanted to go if I want to go in Indonesia. That was a lame excuse. I like saying that now. That was a lame excuse.
I mean, most of us can relate to that. I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's relatable, but it's like running away from your problems, right?
No, but like
I don't think so.
you know your best option. You're
Yeah,
the one
actually,
who
yeah.
what's the best for you, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that point too. Like, I convinced myself like that. Like, it's okay. Like, I know my abilities. Maybe I cannot take UTBK, but like. So because I was scared of UTBK, I thought of different options like international class.
That's understandable, actually.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of people avoid UTBK. Not avoid, like one of their options. Like it's a valid option by going to that route. But for some of those international class, the cost was comparable to if you go abroad, right? So it's like maybe not the same, but maybe it's almost the same, right? So why not? Let's just go abroad, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for us Cambridge students for taking UTBK, kan?
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah,
It's
We
so
study
hard.
a new curriculum.
We need to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're not.
Stressful just by
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Like the language
It is.
will be changed and all the terms you have to learn all of
I
that.
get that. I get a lot. Like I really understand that. We were. It's a different curriculum. It's different language, different terms, and for myself, I wasn't like what do you call it? Like Cambridge for me, it's pretty hard. Like Cambridge itself, it's also hard, right? So I was scared that like if I can't do Cambridge, like I cannot also take UTBK. Thinking back, I can't take Cambridge. Like I am cut out for it. UTBK, I'm still not sure if I can. Not can, but like I need to like study like really hard. We need to study really hard. Yeah.
A real nightmare.
Yeah. It will be a nightmare. Yeah. So yeah, I took a different route, and that's it. And I also wanted to go to Japan. Like, I mentioned
your
before.
dream,
Yeah, it's my dream to go to Japan.
But like the job opportunities.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
the job
really-
opportunities, yeah. And so I ended up going to Canada. Actually, before I settled to Canada, I was thinking about going to GAM.
GAM?
Yeah,
What major?
computer science.
Oh,
Because money, because it makes a lot of money.
Yeah, understandable.
like if you don't know what major you're gonna pick, just choose computer science because the job opportunities is quite good. They make good wage, like I'm not saying that you should take computer science, but if you don't know what major you're gonna take, it's either computer science or industrial engineering. It also has a lot of good job opportunities.
But it must be hard choosing a major that you don't enjoy studying.
It's hard.
Hard.
It's like a dilemma for 12th graders, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's either that you go to a major that you like, but the job opportunities aren't that good, or you go to a major that has good job opportunities,
But you don't
But you don't
but you don't
enjoy it
really
at
enjoy
all.
it. And on top of that, you need to pick your universities.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
In a really short period of time, I think.
in a really short period of time. Especially if you're coming from a social and you want a social major and you want to go to a science major or vice versa. It's pretty hard.
Oh my god. Okay.
So, And the reason why I did not pick UGM earlier was that I saw a much bigger job opportunity in Canada. That's why.
The main reason.
The main reason, Like I see a lot of people choosing their majors because there's a lot of people that choose their major because they like it. There are also a lot of people that choose their major because of job opportunities. And I'm very much into the job opportunity. The second one.
Okay.
There are also people who pick their major because they don't know what else to pick. Right? Like that baffles me. Like, I mean, it's a stressful period, but you need to think rationally. I think, like you can't just pick a major without researching it first.
You will be struggling.
You will be struggling again, after you graduate,
Okay, so do you have any? So do you have any advices for a high schooler? Like what do you want to point out for us? For us.
We're currently like crisis. Oh my god. We didn't know.
Okay.
I would say that if you want to go abroad, ask why. Why do you want to go abroad? Is it because of the major? Is the major that you're choosing better than the majors here in Indonesia? Or is it
just because the environment?
Just because the environment that you want to experience in your country. Like to really think on why do you want to go abroad? Because in the end of those 4 years, after you graduate, we're gonna work, right? Like the long term plan here is we're gonna work, and if you're choosing, I won't say like the harder option, I guess. You need to realize that you need to have an extra effort to get a comfortable living.
In the end, like we all have to work hard.
In the end, we all have to work hard. I know it's a lot for you 12. Are you 12 grade? Are you 12 grade now?
No, 11.
We're 11.
Oh same as
That's why we're currently struggling on choosing our major.
Because like people like you need to think about it right now.
The pressure,
I don't have any advice for like picking your majors, but what I do have an advice is if you want to go abroad, we have a lot in Indonesia. We have a lot of opportunities for that. Like we now have ISMA. ISMA is like a student exchange. You can also do student exchange yourself. You can also go to a competition Like if you go to a club in university, there's a lot of competition that can make you go abroad. So if you want to like study abroad because you want to experience a new environment, I would suggest majoring in Indonesia first, and then and then do a student exchange or do a club or maybe get a scholarship for your what is it? Major, not major, masters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my mom says too. Like I cannot continue study abroad, but I just need to study here first, and then if I want to continue it
that's
abroad,
true. Yeah.
can go
Because there's not that much scholarship for undergraduate.
Yeah.
Like I only know a few. Like there is like this year they launched LPDP for undergraduate. It's called Beasiswa Indonesia Maju or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like this year was like their first generation. So maybe that's a good option.
But I think the chances are so low.
I mean, you'll never know, you know. Yeah, you'll never know.
Compete with other students.
But I feel like if you have the opportunities there, just knock on that door. You know, like you'll never know if the door is gonna open or not.
Okay, that's very nice advice for us.
Yeah, because we're currently struggling to choose whether to study here or study abroad.
Yeah,
Since we're taking chemistry class too.
Yeah, right.
I feel like it's pointless if we're going to continue it here, but if we're continuing abroad, we will be struggling too. Oh my god.
I would also say that it doesn't matter if you don't be too ashamed if you like what do you call it, like if you go abroad, if you go to a state school here, if you go to a private school here, that's the work of your hard work. So don't be like afraid that my friend is taking their school abroad, my friend is taking their school.
Just focus on ourselves.
Just focus on
That's
yourself.
the key.
Because I see those people, those students in private schools may be as smart as those people in state schools, and those people in state schools may also be as smart as those people who go abroad. So don't see yourself as inferior to everyone. You know, be proud of yourself.
I don't underestimate yourself.
I think that's awesome.
I think that's
all for our discussion.
Thank you for having me. It was such a blast.
It's a pleasure to have you actually, spending time with us. Like, it's just a few days before you go back to Canada.
It's a wonderful time here.
So sorry for the rush.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I had a blast here.
We're so thankful for your cooperation.
Thank
we
you
just
so much.
contacted you a few days ago.
I feel like everything was so fast.
Well, thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for the warble.
We're sorry though.
No, don't worry on that.
Okay, so maybe that's all from us.
We're so thankful for you to come here with us.
So maybe we can close this podcast.
So
that's all from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Nih, gue malu banget.